yeah, I definitely see fish touching around the 40 mark. There was 2 of them, and they were big black shapes, right on the bottom. The water was probably, it's up to me chest deep in waders, crystal clear, sun. I could see like the bottom, but you obviously can't work out the depth of the fish, but they were definitely big fish. I see loads of upper 20s, and not loads, but I see quite a few 30 pounders as well. And then on the back end of the spawners, they're staying right out, right over here, right in the back in the crystal clear water. And they're jet black fish, so they're new fish coming into the bay. If they're in the bay in the mucky water for a month or so, they go lighter colour. They sort of change colour slightly, and that's normally the smaller fish coming first. And because they're in there longer, they obviously change colour. But the ones that are jet black, like a mauvey black, and real gold bellies on them, normally are the later fish, and the later fish are normally the bigger fish. The big ones come in, do their spawning for a day or two, or look around, or whatever they're doing, and then they leave. They leave the bays, they go back out in the St. Lawrence, go down into the 40s and 50 foot of water, and that's where they live, in the crystal clear depths of the St. Lawrence. But obviously today and yesterday, there's big fish showing out there. So I stuck a marker out about 140 yards out, but I waded out. I mean, I could cast it, but I waded out with the CCH method ball and some corn. I just spread some corn right tight against the marker, and then I just dropped the baits 2 rods down and just placed them nice and gentle on the bottom, so they're laying perfect with a mainline pineapple snowman rig. Yeah, so it's all sitting there for big fish, really. I mean, there's like, the closer you come in, the percentage goes up on doubles. There is the odd good 20, and there might be the odd 30 that's like 30, 40, 50 yards out that are mingled in with 20, 30, 40 doubles. But when I walked around yesterday and I looked, there was so many sort of 14 to 18 pounders. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them in here. It's unreal. Yeah, I had a low 20 fully scaled mirror, and a couple of others just at the depth of yesterday, which is very rare to get a mirror. But anyway, it's nice to see my first mirror for this year. But I'm looking for that big black mauve one that the ones I see yesterday, right out in that clear water. I say 140 yards off the bank. The water's down 3 feet, so obviously if the water's up normal height, there's it's 7 feet of water out there. There's no way I'll be out there looking around, so I wouldn't know, because these fish wasn't showing. They're just scooping around real slow on the bottom and just moving around. They're obviously queuing up, waiting to meet another big fish, and they're probably going to spawn. There's a huge weed bed about probably 170 to 200 yards out. It's a huge weed bed, and the bigger fish are normally in there that want to spawn, but that is around the 7 feet, so I couldn't go and get out there that far. But yeah, the rods are out. I've only been out here 5 minutes. I just walked them all out, all 3 rods out. One's 140 going along to the far side, and the other 2 are straight out onto a marker. You can't see the marker, but the marker is right out there. Sort of, it's around about 120, so I sort of footed it out, but doesn't really matter where it is. I wanted to get into the clear water, out the dirty water, where the lonelier fish are. See, when the smaller fish are there, they cloud the water up, spawn, chase. Well, I don't want them. I want to get outside of it. All I want is 1 or 2 runs today, really, of one of them ones I see yesterday out there. So tight lines to everyone else out there, and hopefully I'll get back to you with something on vid to show you all this hard work. And the sun's coming up. I think it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to be 30 degrees today. It's going to be another scorcher. So I'll see you soon. It's not the one that I was looking for at distance. Dead calm, 30 degrees on the back end of the spawners, over loads of maize, CCH mix, scraped the 30. But there's bigger ones out there. Let's get on and see if we can bring another one to video. If you can see all the sand and the clay mix down there, as you can see all the white bits in it, that's all the zebra mussel shells that are all being washed up with the carp ripping up, and then you get the wind blowing in, it blows it in. So yeah, there's millions and millions. The whole area here is just made up out of zebra mussel shells, which is our carp's main food source in the St. Lawrence. This is number 2 fish. It's an upper 20, but it'll do. Look how fat she is. She's just spawned up. She's waiting for some males to find her. Look at that, perfect condition, beautiful. That's not bad for 2 fish, 30 and a upper 20. It's working, 120 yards out on the back end of the spawners. Getting loads of liners, but you've got to sit there on your hands and just wait for them to rip off. Look at that. Let's get her back in her wild river system. 3rd fish, 30 pound, it's about 30 pound 10, 30 pound 8. It's around that, bouncing on that mark. Look, she's spawned right up, she's big. So 120 yards, same old spot on the marker, behind the back of the spawners. The big girls are starting to move in from the back, come into the base to spawn. We're getting them as they come in. But look at that, what a fish. Wild carp fishing on a river, can't beat it. I hope to see you out here sometime in Canadian Carpin and put you on some of these little babies. So all we're doing is just free lining. So you just got the main line, bottom bait and a pop up to make a snowman. Just straightforward rig, nothing special. Just free linings of fish with tail sticking up out of 3 foot or so of water. Here we go. They are absolutely on the feed. It's crazy. Just free line, mainline pineapple, like snowman rig, just tied straight through as obviously a free line. And now they're slowly stopping the spawn, and they're just wandering around, and you see their tails coming up, and you're just flicking a bait in front of them. And I've been walking around for about 3 hours now. I've had a few, but like only up to sort of on the free lining, sort of up to about 21, 22 pound, because obviously the bulk of the fish you're seeing in the edge are small. But I waded further out so I can try and get on the deeper drop off where the bigger fish are, where the blacker ones are. And if it's black, then it's the new fish that have come in, and normally they're a bit bigger. Just free line, you just got to just flick free line down. They're taking it now within like every 10 minutes. Yeah, it looks like a blackfish. It's definitely going to be in the 20s at least. Yeah, it's not a bad fish. The bottom rods have gone quiet now. They had a couple of 30s and a 20, upper 20, and it just went quiet, and they just really went on spawn, and now they're starting to grub up. But they don't seem to be, they're picking in the bottom of the weed stems and stuff, so you have to sort of drop the bait in front of them to really get a take pretty quick. I mean, I'm still got rods over bait, like corn and stuff, but nothing's happening. It's like really slow. They're probably eating it, but they're really graceful at the minute. There she goes. Another one bites the dust. And that was free lining. It's just so much fun. Yeah, it's not a bad fish. Yeah, it's in the 20s, so you can only see the ones you see, obviously the ones you cast to. But what a bit of fun on the free lining. Woohoo! Look at that. This could be the last one of the day. This little video is just showing you just one day of Canadian carping.